Hello, and welcome to Dolphin's Dive, the weekly strategically minded Handelabra stream hosted by yours truly, Lewd Dolphin. Handelabra believes in civil rights for everyone and in being as inclusive as possible, so any comments or activity actively working against that goal are not welcome and will not be tolerated. You can follow us at Handelabra Games on Twitch and Handelabra on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. You can follow me personally at LewdDolphin21 on Twitter, and on Twitch and YouTube it's just Lewd Dolphin, no digits. Sentinels of the Multiverse, One Deck Dungeon, and Bottom of the Ninth are available on Steam, iOS, and Android devices, and Aeon's End is available on Early Access on Steam. You can get the games and more info at Handelabra.com. Woo! Flawless intro for once. Thank you. Okay. So here we are. I was off last week. I do apologize about that. I had some evening plans for Friday night, plus I still was suffering from the effects of the cough that I had 2 weeks ago. I've mostly gotten past it. I kind of have some coughing fits here and there, but it's actually I don't think I've even had one today. It might just be fully gone now. But it was a really terrible week with the cold. Oh man, colds in July. What the hell has the world come to? Yeah, so I'm just gonna do my usual one deck dungeon game and Sentinels game as we continue with the summer of challenges there. The one deck dungeon game, I don't really have anything in mind, just like last time. Let's take a look at these sheets, the progression sheets. Let's see if there's someone who is suffering. I haven't really been playing this game off stream too often. In fact, not at all recently. I've been very engaged with Factorio. Plus, I've also been really busy with teaching. Let that be said. Summer teaching is pretty ridiculous compared with the regular semester. It's really fast-paced and whatnot, so it's hard to like keep ahead of the game. So I've not really been able to play too much offline. We played with Kalyana last time, I do know that. Let's not do that. But which hero is suffering the most in development? I don't know. I guess it comes down to what do I want to play. Is it probably the better decision to make here? Archer has the worst record of these. I have the hardest time with the Archer. So maybe I should just play as her, just try to... She has the lowest win rate and the highest loss rate, so I guess we should try to fix that. And I think the last time I tried to play with the Archer, I also played her in a difficult dungeon. So it just was not fun times. The hard part of the Archer is that her heroic feat spends more time than the other heroes. Like, a lot of the heroes have a lot of mechanics that say store heroic die here. When X happens, you may store up to 2 dice at a time. But other heroes have some, like, other effects. Like, the rogue has Daring Gamble, where you roll for free, you spend time if it's a 1. Or rather, you spend 1 heart and 3 time, which on average, you spend 1/6 of a heart and 1/2 of a time if you roll a single die. If you roll 2 dice, bit more involved. Not actually that involved, but Kalyana, of course, has Whimsicality, which is exciting. Fanatic has, well, yeah, that's the same thing. I was thinking of her skill. Which has a similar effect as the Archer, except it's less time spent and you get strength dice based on the results. Alchemist has Mix. And then Transformation, which is very similar but less time based. Anyway, the ones that are time based, other than the ones that say store die here, is blah blah blah. But the Archer has, like, the cheapest one is 2 time, and so if you use this skill in every fight, you're spending 2 time in addition to the 2 time you spend in the round. So you would go through the dungeon twice as fast if you were to always use Eagle Eye. So it's, I don't know, I've had a hard time trying to figure out when to use Eagle Eye, when to not use Eagle Eye. I guess it basically comes down to, do I expect to suffer a worse effect than 2 time in consequences if I fail a match? Anyway, long story short, Eagle Eye is a skill that I've had a hard time figuring out. Her skill down here, kiting, if you lose only 1 heart, spend 1 time instead, prevent 1 heart in each boss round, use before suffering consequences. This should keep her alive. It's only useful in combats though, and at least is free heart prevention in bosses, so I don't know why I have a hard time with the Archer when that skill is, you know, damage prevention. I mean, I guess the issue is you can only lose 1 heart, so if you're taking 2 damage, then it doesn't apply. So yeah, so for what we have here, basic skill, durability, prepared, healing, recovery, and since we haven't used her too often, I think actually she hasn't been used that often as the result. But yeah, so we'll start with an extra potion. When we use a potion, we heal a damage. When we descend, we heal a damage. We have an extra health, and we have our basic skill. She starts with 2 strength, 2 mana, and 3 agility, so a little more agility focused, but also pretty well balanced in the stats, especially since the other base heroes have a 1Z in one of their stats, but they also have a 4Z, well, except for the paladin. But yeah, so it's the Archer with the healing focus. So with an agility focused character, we might want to consider using an agility skill, and the one that's the most useful of the 2 is precision. Increase another of your dice by this die's value, only useful in combats though. Alright, so we have the Archer. Let's go with the difficulty 2 dungeon. I don't know. I feel like I do a lot of 3Zs and 1Zs. I don't know. Let's do a 2Z. And which 2Z should we do? I don't know. I like thematically the Vile Roots. I don't know if that's necessarily a good dungeon to go to. The Realm of Venom. That effect, exile 2 poison from the supply when entering this floor. That effect would be scarier if I tended to accumulate poison. Which can happen, I guess. At the end of each round, exile 1 poison from the supply. Can also be scary if we were to run out of poison, but that would only really affect us if we... I don't know, I guess this actually is a fair dungeon because there's a lot of agilities here. Unfortunately, a lot of agility 6s, which no matter how many dice you have, agilities aren't necessarily, or 6s aren't necessarily easy to come by. But the nice thing here is that one of these squares is an armor square, and it has no consequence on it. So if we get the potion that makes you ignore all armor effects on a card, then that would be really useful on this boss, because we would just ignore this 15 straight up. We just have to cover the 6s and the 22, or we could just ignore the 6s or the strengths and then cover only the agilities and then not worry about damage, I guess, or heal enough or something because we're the healing focus. I don't know. Yeah, so let's do the Poison Elemental, or the Realm of Venom, rather. Let's do a hybrid deck. That will make poison more interesting. When exiling poison means taking poison will result in damage if there's no tokens. Might as well avoid all the means of healing poison. And we always use aid. I've never really wanted to use Antidote, but maybe in a hybrid deck it would be fair game. I'm gonna go with Rewind. Just in case, like, it's a get out of jail free card. Well, not free, you lose the card, but if you were to die, you could use Rewind and survive. So we'll go with that. And as always, we'll play on Fearless. With the healing focus and, well, general progression, it actually doesn't really matter too much, but let's do that. So Archer in the Realm of Venom, hybrid, Fearless, let's go. I was watching someone play this game a week or so ago, and they have their animation settings turned up way fast. I've never really adjusted these beyond the base values. Let's actually move this up to, let's say, 75%. I do like the animations though, and when it's super speedy, I feel like I don't have enough time to think. So yeah, this already feels ridiculously fast. But let's just stick with it. Let's see if we get used to it. All right, Phantom. Good first person to find because it's an easy flea. Steady hands. I mean, I don't know if it's worth fighting the Phantom for. It is nice to get like immediately. A Bowler up. And yeah, it doesn't really need to be sped up that much. I mean, we get to the encounter super fast now. But I still have to think about what I'm doing. So Steady Hands, I think, is a great skill if you get it early. I don't know if it's worth fighting the Phantom for, though. The consequences, 6 damage, 1 poison, 2 time, and that would be enough hearts to kill me. All the hearts are 5s and 6s, which is super scary, so I'm just going to flee. Your color just changed midway through. That's weird. Wife and kid are out of town. Figured you'd hang out for a bit. Well, I guess since you're seeing me while the wife is out, then I'm the affair. Ooh. Thornspitter. All right. I like Precise Blow as an early skill. I don't know if it's a good permanent skill. It does give you a Strength 5 in exchange for a Strength die. An Agility 2, not necessarily the best, but it could be thrown into Precision. Yeah, let's do it. Let's evade thorns. So here's like, so all right, so we were talking about Eagle Eye. So we're not playing with Kalyana, so we don't have the aggression focus, so we don't have that free heroic die, although I guess it wasn't going to happen here anyway. We only have 3 dice, right? And so I kind of went into this so quickly with that I didn't think, but if I do this ideally, I need to get a 3 to cover the shield, and I have to have 2 6s to cover the thing. So, I mean, the consequences aren't too bad. 2 hearts, 2 poison, 1 time. Yeah, poison sucks. But, I don't know. And we are spending time if any hero has poison. If I roll Eagle Eye, it could help me cover the 12, but it could also, like, I could just roll crappily. I'm gonna do the 2. All right, I get a 6. That's pretty decent. Unfortunately, this roll is not good. Because I can cover the 3, but I don't have enough to cover the 12. So, there we go. It's happened. I could rewind. I think it's too early for that, though. I'll take Precise Blow just because I like fixed numbers. So fast already here. All right, Goblin. Strength. Bad strength stats. Precise Blow kind of would help, but not 100%. Kind of want to fight it regardless. I'm gonna skip Eagle Eye this time. Famous last words. I have Rewind. I also have bad rolls. I can Precise Blow though, so I have that going for me, which is nice. If I can avoid 1 heart, if I can reduce the consequences down to 1 heart, kiting will trigger. I have something for the poison. Don't really have much for that 8 right now. I could Precis. Precis is now the verb. I could Precis the 1. And then I can cover a 4. Woo! So good. Currently 3 damaging consequences. Sure, let's just do this on hard mode. Let's start with full damage and still win, which is not actually that likely. I'm gonna take items. Clubber logs, dodge logs, static burst. We're gonna clobber the logs. And I'm gonna use Eagle Eye so that I don't die. Alright, we got a 6 and a 5. And our roll was such that I didn't need to use Eagle Eye. This is basically what happens, is I use Eagle Eye and it just is awkward. Oh, right, because we, so the Archer, I wish I could see the progression thing. I don't have the basic thing that says I can have one extra item or skill. So I'm at 1 item and 2 skills. I'll take that skill. You've been playing the base game of this off and on, and yeah, you like guaranteed numbers too. Consistency skill has saved you several times. Which one was consistency? I know it's a good one. I just don't remember which one it is. Is it one of the basic skills? That's what it is, isn't it? Because I have precision, which is not consistency. You may change any of your dice to 4s. Oh, yeah. That is a brilliant one. Especially when comboed with another one, which... I don't know if I'll see it here. I don't even know if it's in the hybrid deck. There's one that says select a number, change up to 5 of those to 6s, which when comboed with consistency is bonkers. They are both on 4 experience cards though, so it's really hard to acquire. Chaos thingy turns everything to 6. Is it? Was that the one we were just looking at? No, that's brute force. Yeah, that's exciting. Also, hey, Jay-Z. It's on encounters. Yeah. I can't see it because it's not in my discard pile. All right, I'm having a decision here because if I explore, I do a poison roll, and there's a 2/3 chance that I survive and a 1/3 chance that I die. If I fight the Phantom, it's a crappy fight, and I'm not likely to succeed, but I could rewind, and then I could heal, and heal twice. Because Cure and First Aid, and that would heal all my poison, and it would get rid of the Phantom card. So I think I'm just going to fight the Phantom, and maybe I'll get ridiculously lucky. I'm not going to use the Heroic Feat, though. Because either I'm going to get ridiculously lucky, or I'm going to get ridiculously unlucky. And currently, I think we're actually ridiculously lucky. 4, I need a 5. And then 4, 5, 6, 5. Yeah, we have everything covered. Look at me. Oh! Unfortunately, I didn't get to heal like I wanted. Well then, all right. That's exciting. That's not how this fight is supposed to go. Right, so we are at our item limit, we're at our skill limit. Steady Hands, I said, is an okay skill to get early, but Precise Blow and Static Burst, I think, are pretty good. The sword and heart are definitely better than the sword, but the sword is worth 2 experience, and this card is worth 4. And that would put me more than halfway towards level 2. Leveling up would heal me, it will give me a heroic die, it's lots of great things. And taking the heart would not help me survive the poison roll, so I'm just gonna do that. Question now is, do I just, and actually if I undo, can I heal here? If I'm gonna heal, I might as well do it before the round happens so that I can avoid the time. Like, it's a 2/3 chance I survive. I don't really like chances in a game of chance, so I'm just gonna heal. And actually, let's not heal the damage, let's heal the poison, because we can't heal that any other way in this hybrid deck. There, we saved time. So now, the next fight I win, I will level up from... Unless I take the potion. Unfortunately, this fight is disastrous. I'm just not gonna bother, because those numbers are too high. The Rock Worm, also disastrous. Faint is pretty good, but it's not for the faint of heart. But again, I mean, so we do have a lot of strength coming from these skills. We don't have good mana, and especially if I do a mana and a static burst, I lose one of the manas, and there's no agility here. So I'm just gonna flee this as well. I'm playing the scaredy game. I'm finding all of the difficulty 4 encounters now, which is pretty bad. Flame Walk is interesting. It's kind of like Static Burst, but without the +1 and with a higher cost, but returns some of the investment and better numbers. I'm gonna fight this one. I know we lose dice, whatever. I will Eagle Eye this time. And I got 2 6s. So now I wish I rolled 3 heroics and saved 2 of the 6s. And I apparently am rolling the nuts right now. That said, I don't think I still have enough for the 15. There's no armor here. That's good news. So, yeah, so I can't use that as is. Well, poison and heart versus poison. Obviously, poison is less bad. I could invest, like, I don't know, this guy in the precise blow. It will give me an agility 2 that I could throw into one of these. And then I have a strength 5. Which I don't know what I can do with. If I were to static burst, I'd have to sacrifice a number somewhere. But if I do static burst, I could increase the 4 to a 5. I know I can increase any one of my dice with this. But if I increase the agility 4 to a 5, then I have this agility 6 out. I don't know what that does me, but let me just precise blow. I don't know. I could also get a heroic, right? If I do the heroic with this. See, the problem is, let's see, so I think there's a way to do this, but I have to be careful. So if I do a heroic here for static burst, let me increase this one, turn this into a heroic, persist that, throw that in. There we go. All right, problem solved. All right, so this is 3, this is 3. I could also just take the heart, I guess. But I think I want Flame Walk. I get a return in investment and I get solid strength and agility numbers. And the agility 6 is very important for Poison Elemental. I was thinking of replacing Static Burst, but I think that +1 is useful. Precise Blow is, I don't know, spend a strength, get a strength 5. But I also get a strength 5 here. And 5s don't help me, but 6s do, and Static Burst gives me a +1, and Precision gives me a boost. So I think I'm gonna replace Precise Blow. Alright. We're approaching the end of the floor. But we do have the heroic die now. Decipher it would spend time, essentially would end the round. Let me just hit flee for a second. I just want to take a second look at this floor, and I don't think there's another way you can do this. I don't think there's a view floor button. Is there anything here that I want? I mean, rune puzzle is what we were just facing. Like, I don't really like the invulnerability potion too much, but it would give me a potion token, so it's always like, at the very least, you can get a potion token out of it. The agility item, we don't have any agility skills. We had agility skills, or actually, no, we never had an agility skill. We have precision, that's it. Feint is an agility skill, but it requires me to face the rock worm. And there's lots of strength and mana here. And most of my mana would be spent on my mana skills, which give me agilities, which don't help, but it does give me strength, which does help. The problem is if I face it, I get a poison, and then, yeah, it's gonna be hard to deal with that poison. I'm tempted to just fight the rune puzzle for the item. The clarity potion is a reroll and gives you a heroic die, and it can be used anywhere. But I don't like reroll skills because they don't generally help. The dice seem to remember what you just rolled, and they're like, you rolled a 2. You were meant to roll a 2. You were always going to roll a 2. So I will not change. Except for the occasions that it does. So deciphering it. So yeah, so I guess that we were looking at the floor to see if I wanted to fight anything else. And I think the answer is no. So I'm just gonna decipher it. That should make this easy. If I use Eagle Eye, I take a damage. And it wasn't easy. And I will die. Because I'll take a damage, and then I'll spend 3 time, and I'll take another damage, and I die. But I'll cure. I could take the potion just to reclaim the potion, but it defeats the purpose, I think. Mana Fountain. Good with Flame Walk. Spend 6 mana and get 5/6/4 for free. Kind of want that. I have no mitigation here, though. 6 hearts of consequences. Most of them are locked behind manas. But I'm going to do it. And I think I'm just going to do a full-out Eagle Eye because I really want this. I got 2 6s, so. Sorry, I'm having a coughing attack. Remember when I said I didn't have a coughing attack all day? Turns out when you talk, it irritates your throat. Just have a cough drop here. There's no strength in here, so the strength dice would just be for heroic purposes. So investing in the Flame Walk might not be too wise unless I want that agility 6. Investing in the static burst might be a bit of a waste. We have precision, of course. We have 2 heroic 6s, so let's just put those in 6s since there's no other way of covering them. We have a heroic 5 for an agility square, but we also, we do have a mana 5. We have things to cover those squares. So now I just have to cover the 11, and I think if I convert these to heroics, I do have to be careful because we did lose a heroic die, but I can but actually, small issue with that. Um, like 4 plus 3 is 7. 7 plus 4 with precision is 11, but 3 and 4, I can't actually increase either of those by 4. So what's the alternative then? Would static burst help? I would lose a heroic, or I would lose, yeah, I mean, I would lose my heroic to get a 4/4. Yeah, I don't think that would be worth it. Would flame walk help? It would give me 5, 6, 4. 4 could go into there. 5, 6 turns into heroic. But then that would be a 9 in there. But then I could precis it. Yes. Hey, Snakebird Priestess. Yes. That's why we fought the fire elemental with like nothing. All right, so static, or sorry, precision, and now we have everything. Woo! All right, Mana Fountain. There we go. Mana Fountain, Flame Walk, combats are now kind of free, sort of, a little bit. Also been playing a little Sentinels on tabletop lately. Have a couple new co-workers who are into it. Nice. I have not played it physically in a while. There was at one point an attempt at making a Cleveland meetup of Sentinels, but we met twice in October and then we never met ever again. So, and I don't really have friends nearby that would play it. All right, so Rock Worm, other than the poison, I mean, Mana Fountain, Flame Walk, we have a 5. We have an agility 6, we have a mana 4. So a lot of these numbers I'm not really too worried about. The poison is going to be annoying though. And I have no potion right now. So I'll just level up. How about that? I'll level up. Enough about SOTM. We're not playing that here tonight. Not yet. We're doing the usual 1-deck dungeon followed by Sentinels game. People side-eyed Commodore's base power until you used it to help knife recycle amplify combatant every turn. Commodore's power, I think it's, I mean, I have not played too much of the Oblivion heroes still, but I mean, I have done on stream a lot. I'm still kind of, I still feel like I feel like I'm still in the process of figuring them out. But I do know that like her power can be very well used, especially on heroes who can control the top of their decks, or not control, I mean that's what Commodore does, but like play the top card of the decks or draw and play or something, because then you could like set up a loop very easily. Base power and timeless treasure can be nonsensically powerful. Nonsense. I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, and if I'm not, then I apologize to everyone involved. Originally, Commodore's power was very OP, and like I'm talking about like the playtesting version of Commodore, back when Oblivion was in its infancy of development. Her original base power was put a card from a trash pile, any trash pile, on the top of its associated deck. And immediately people were like, so you could just shut down the villain. Force the villain to play the same card repeatedly, is what you're saying. Which is why it turned into hero deck only and second from the top to avoid that power. Alright, Static Burst is a thought. I mean, do I need it? I don't know, I'm just kind of sitting here chatting and not really thinking too hard. Yeah, I don't need it. I think I want the mana item, since we have skills. I mean, like Mana Fountain, Flame Walk, and Flame Walk also funds Static Burst. But I don't have any other mana source then. I could also take the experience. It puts me halfway to level 3, which will give me a potion, will also heal me. I'm not gonna take faint. I don't know. I used to love the items that provided hearts, but now I just kind of keep staring at the experience. I'm like, that's a lot of experience. That would level me up. I'm gonna take the item. More dice. More dice, more problems. The Wraith who converts items, which is fine. So enter. Lose a strength. Skip the feat. I play these heroes, so I give the other people time to figure out what they're gonna do with their turn. I like that. Oh boy. Alright, armor. Something for that, something for that, something for that, something for that. Useless ones. We don't have a mana 6. Remember when I said it's a useless one? We can actually use precision, and then we could use static burst, except this increases any die? Yeah. It doesn't really matter which one I do, but if I do static burst, I could, oh, well, yeah, I'll just do that. Precision to 5. So everything's now covered. We just have to cover the 9, and we do have a heroic left, so we can do that. There we go. This game becomes a lot easier when you have good synergy of skills here. Let's take the item back. It's also so you don't alpha the entire game. That's fair. The few times I played Sentinels with people that didn't know the game, I tried really hard not to alpha, but ended up alphaing anyway. But oftentimes people kept saying things like, so what do I do now? And I keep trying to hint them along, but then they don't get it, so then I tell them what to do. Which, I mean, like, I don't really do that entirely. Like, I don't want to control the game. I try to let people do what they want, but like, if there's something obvious that they miss, I feel like it's a better learning moment to show them like what they could have done instead of us losing the game, right? Like, I don't know. When they're like, I don't know how we're gonna deal with this 15 HP target. We don't have enough damage going around. I'm just like, Fixer has a redirect. Tachyon has synaptic interruption. I have a card destruction. Yeah. Because a lot of people kind of don't think about the extra damage instances from like friendly fire, because they're just like, oh, these are just safeties, as opposed to, oh, these can be used strategically. Anyway. Yeah, so welcome to the One Deck Dungeon stream, where we discuss Sentinel strategy. Stay tuned for the Sentinels part of the stream, where we will discuss One Deck Dungeon strategy. Which I know we were just talking about, you don't want to talk about that, and I said, it's okay. I'm just joking. Alright, so I have to be careful with traps because these skills don't help. We do have a heroic die, though. We have the same number of mana as agility, but magic shield costs a time, but I don't think I'm really fussed. Yeah, let's enter and then undo. That's definitely what I meant to do. It is a thought, though, because there is a 3 and a 4 here, but I'll survive, so it's okay. I think talking is irritating my throat. I'll just stop talking. Yeah, so this is a bad roll, because I can cover the 3, I can cover the 4, and then I can't cover the 6 at all. So, with no potion and no other means, I have to do that, but I survived. So we'll take the strength item, but we'll replace the armor, or the 3 experience one. Hey, Cat Dreaming, how are you doing? All right. 5 out of 6 chance this game continues. And we just barely did it. All right. For the encounter, spend time for each poison in the party. So we'll spend 1 time. But it is a combat, so Mana Fountain, Flame Walk, we don't have to worry. And before all ones. Okay, so something for that, something for that. Static Burst would give me a 4. And then I have something for that. Something for that. Something for that. So we only need the mana 5, which we can get with Precision. Although I did have to also get Static Burst, but we do have enough for that as well. Did I need to increase something? I guess not. I guess I could have also increased it with Static Burst, and it would have been more efficient. Internet, where you are, isn't necessarily great, so you're stuck on the ad. Well, I'm glad that I read that out loud. God damn it. I'm glad I read that out loud, so that you didn't hear me read it out loud. So, I like these skills as I have them. No, we'll take the experience because that will level me up. It will give me a potion, and it will cure my poison, which is what I'm more worried about. It spends too much time. All right, so we are still on my usual pace. I like to gain 1 level per floor. It's all ogre now. So I have to be very careful here. Now you exist properly. I need 6 agility dice. I don't have 6 agility dice. So brute force, I don't really... This is such a situational skill. It can at least be used in perils. At the same time, in perils, you're just swapping a strength 5 or heroic 5 with a strength 6, which is like a +1. Is it worth a skill slot to get a +1? Hey, Migrant P. I mean, I would like more mana. I mean, yeah, I would die here. If I fought. I could cure, or I could rewind if worst comes to worst. I don't want to have to rewind, though. We've worked so hard to get this potion back. I don't want to just burn it just to rewind. Brute force is for combos, or if you have a serious lack of strength. I mean, yeah. I mean, I can obviously see, like... You know, we have a strength 5 here. We have a static burst that could increase that 4 to a 5, and then brute force could turn that into a 6, and then we'd have all the strengths covered here. I mean, yeah, I mean, it gives 6s. It's a fixed skill, fixed number skill, which I like always. With 2 HP left, you don't think you're going in here. Well, I mean, let's just remember that we have Mana Fountain and Flame Walk for free, and Flame Walk funds static bursts. So we have a Strength 5, a Strength 4, an Agility 6, Agility 4, and a +1 before we even roll. That said, we do need a lot of numbers. And 3 HP effectively with potion, 4 HP with first aid. I could take 3 damage with the potion. I don't know, I'm just so tempted here. So tempted. But let's think, let's actually think. Can we have like a UI thing where I could just have like fake dice so I can think more easily? Can I just like pull a strength 4 from here just to see how I can lay this out? All right, so what did I say? We have strength 4, strength 5, agility 4, agility 6, and a +1. So we have an agility for the 4, we have an agility for the 6. So I'd have to get 5, 5, 3 with my 3 agilities and a heroic plus possibly Eagle Eye. We have to get a mana 5. We have 3 mana dice, so that might be doable, but I mean, yeah. So then there's the strengths. And also we have a +1 from static burst that can turn the 4 into a 5, so 4, 5, 3 on the agility essentially. And if I don't cover that, that's 2 damage in a time. So obviously the biggest consideration are the strength squares, right? We have 4 strength dice, 5 and a 4 with a +1. 5 and a 4 covers the 9 with no effort. Rolling a 3 means I can just move those to a 12, and then we'd save an extra heart. And then there's 5 hearts left over. We still have, so that assumes I was getting a 3 with one of the strengths. So there's 3 strength dice left. 2 6 times 2 6 times 4 6 times 6 equals 16 36. Trying to figure out what this probability is of. Chances of rolling 4, 4, 2. But the question remains, how much wood could a woodchuck chuck? A woodchuck could chuck 54 woods. And it will chuck them right out the window. Ah, jeez. Right, so with no effort, we have this 9 covered. 18 with 4 strength is an average of 3 2/3, right? Am I math? No, I'm not mathing. 18 divided by 4 could not be a third. Let's start over again. Hi, I'm Lee Dolphin. 18 divided by 4 is 4 in a half. So that's not really good. All right. I gave it a lot of thought, and I'm now content to flee. I've reached the same conclusion as you, just took more time for no reason, because I just want to, cover all my bases. Interesting. This is actually a pretty great skill. Hi, I'm Lou Dolphin, and I'm about to get turned into a pink mist by an ogre. Oh, jeez. This is... I would love to get this. I also would love to not die, and I feel like I can't do that. Because what we have... so slow time, I would take a damage straight up, but... slow time is at least possible, because I'd have my 3 manas, plus my heroic... which gives me 4 dice. So I could roll a 3, a 4, and a 5, and a 6 and cover everything, right? No. Alright, I guess that's it for this floor. We've been playing in a hybrid deck, and I've not really been taking advantage of that. At the same time, I still haven't really figured the decks out. I mean, I kind of have a vague idea of what belongs to each deck, but not at the point where I'm going to strategically choose base or forest door. Flame Weave. That's a pretty basic skill. I mean, yeah, we'll enter. We'll dismantle. We'll skip. We'll roll. We'll succeed. Yeah, you can strategically choose. I haven't quite hit that point in my strategery, but you could. I don't really need agility when I have this, right? So, I mean, I still don't have a second. Well, I need like, what, 3 6s? I have 1 6 for free. Static Burst gives me a 4. Precision could possibly, yeah. Yeah. You can look at the discard. If you knew the composition of the decks well enough, which I'm still not there yet. When can we actually see the deck, but not in order? I'll just take Flame Weave. It's a fixed number skill. It's another mana skill. I chose the agility hero so I can get all the mana skills. Let's just beat up the Plague Rat. Chris didn't want that. Ah, fair enough. So something for that. Flame Weave, which does nothing immediately. That. Something for the armor. And actually we can cover all the armor, so I might as well just do that. So I can start covering the squares. It would need to be deck and face down doors. Right, yeah. So we can get the strength for that 3. So I can cover that. Static Burst would give me another 5. Precision would give me something to increase that by. And there we go. Alright, skill limit. Not fond of rolling skills. If any boxes are empty, spend 2 time. Invisibility! If only I had that earlier! Alright. See, whenever I fight a combat now, I'm going through the motions of do the roll, don't really care, do Mana Fountain, do Flame Walk, and then start caring. Alright, so we have a 2, but we can also Flame Weave that 2, but that doesn't really do me anything now, does it? It saves that mana 6. So I can put that into Static Burst instead of this 4. Or, I mean, well, yeah, I still have to cover that 5. Alright, and then there's a 4 there. I can cover the armors. I'll just do that. Makes it easier. There's a 5. 5, 3, 6, 5, 3, 3. And we could just not use Flame Weave and Static Burst. How about that? Invisibility does not help on the boss, so I'll just take the item. There we go. Now we're more agility focused. Now we're at our item limits. The Knoll is a really weird thing to me because it looks like its art makes me feel like it should be a difficulty 4. It reminds me so much of difficulty 4s, but it's difficulty 2. And it has like low numbers. Is he just like a guy that looks tough but is actually a cuddly bear? Is it a cuddly Knoll? Yeah, so we'll just do that. I can't do heroics on the dungeon challenge boxes, so any heroics I choose need to be on the left side if I need to. Hey, look, I can use Flame Weave to replace those mana 1s that were not really doing anything. Oh wait, there's another armor. And then I have the challenge boxes fulfilled. Got a bit of a waste here. Mana Fountain is a useless skill. Oh man, are we quoting someone here? Are we quoting someone? Hey, I could increase this 2 to a 3. There we go. That makes me feel good. Okay. I have a lot of 2 experience items, which doesn't really make me happy. One of these days, I'll go for the achievements that require you to lose the game. If I was at 6 HP right now, I would take the item and replace my heart item with that and lose the game and get the achievement for that. Let's see. And then adept, I don't like. Strength item, I already have several. We don't need that much strength anyway. So I'm just gonna take the experience. I have to try to get to level 4 for me to feel like I'm on pace. Swiftness aura. That does me like nothing. It does me nothing. Well, I guess it covers the 15. We've not found the potion yet that removes armors. Sad day. The skill is much easier to get than the item, though. I do actually need mana. That said, traps are so hard. Actually, so if I go for the item, I can use Flame Weave. All right. I don't know if it's a good idea. Actually, I have 4 dice. That's not a good idea at all. I should have realized that before I rolled the dice, because there are 4 squares here, 3 of which are armors, and one of them requires 8. Okay, well, that happened. Can't undo, because I saw the results of the roll. So how do I mitigate this then? I could cover the poison, and then I could use a potion and not die. Okay, well, that's what happens when you hit buttons too fast. Well, this can be used on the boss, and it would mitigate the 15. I am at my skill limit though. Oh, right. Spend time for each one rolled. I should have remembered that. Because we are approaching the end of the dungeon, so rolls or time is going to matter more. And we need 6 more experience to level up. Alright. Something for that. So the mana's covered. I can spend 6 mana and go to 5. Is that a good play? So we have static burst, we have precision, so that's enough to do what I need. Actually, static burst is enough to do what I need. Okay. Flame Weave is how much to experience? I don't remember how many doors are left. I think this was the first of, or no, this is the second of 4, so there's 2 more doors, which will be enough to level up. I mean, Flame Weave is nice. I think Armor Crush is really good for this, though. I also have a lot of agility as well, but I also have to cover 6s as well, and as well. And yeah, okay. Luck is not a potion I want right now. No more No more peril skills. We'll dodge the vines. Not gonna use that. We have 6 dice. If I fail this, I will cry. On stream. I will cry tears on stream if I fail this. All right. All right. It does not matter what this is. I'm basically gonna fight it regardless. Yeah. Add 2 timed consequences for each heroic on this card. Okay. We do have lots of numbers we have to cover, is the hard thing. But just have faith in the system that everything will work out the way it was intended. I can turn this 3 into a 6. I can also get a heroic and turn that into a 6. Damn, forgot to press the loot tries button. Oh, John. Oh, John. Yeah, so the mana is actually the hard one here. We could precision one of those. We still have kiting. But then again, prevent a damage, spend a time that translates into damage. Is that worth? All right, well, we have a 6, 5. Numbers. We still have static burst. It would let you take 2 more time. Right, so we don't want heroics on this card. So yeah, so Armor Crush you don't want to put into the 10. We could put it into the 4, but then that just is like a waste. Oh, if I'm gonna take, oh, I see what you're saying. I thought you were talking about the thick armor part, but you're saying if I use kiting, I'll take a damage anyway, but then I could spend 2 more time. Which would be nice if time were a consequence. But it only appears on this 5, but it is a thought. All right. There's not really a reason to shuffle these around. I guess we could use some of the manas to turn into heroics, but like... see that being helpful. So these have to be used to get me the mana 6. Where'd my other? There it is. Static burst gives me a +1. Am I using that +1 on anything? I'm currently not. The problem is I don't know where to put the +1. So if I, alright, so these can be turned into a heroic, and then it'll free up one of these things. Because I could put heroics on the right side. So I can cover the armor with Armor Crush if I turn that into a heroic, and I don't see a use for those dice. Actually, will save me a 6. Woo! I got a 6 back. Cover that. Cover something. The 4 is more important than the 5, but we're gonna get it with Static Burst. Precision gives me a 6 there. Yeah, and then Static Burst will do it. Yeah, okay. I don't even need to increase anything with this, but let's just get a super big heroic on the right side. All right, there we go. We did it. And by we did it, I mean John did it 15 turns ago. 15 minutes ago. All right, awareness is not good. There's not any reason to keep any of these in my experience, right? Because there's only one other door. Or no, this is the last door. No, yeah, so there's no reason to like save that. So, let's just swap that, I guess. I did it. All right, here we are. We're on the boss. Woo! Boss time! Let's see what happens. Got a bad agility roll. Good start. Also, we don't have strength 6s. I can armor crush. That does something. All right. So static burst will turn one of these 5s into a 6, I guess. I can precision something. Let's see where my mana is. Actually, I still have to cover the armor. Oh, that's agility. That's why. Why can't I put strength in the agility square? Yeah. Yeah. So we. Oh, we do have a heroic 6. That's nice. I'm just gonna throw whatever here to start with. I just want to I could add this up, but I'm lazy. Might as well just have the game do it. That gives me a 22 there. I have something to cover. Let's cover the skulls first. I can survive 1 round of damage, right? So we've yet to use static burst. We've yet to use precision. We do have this extra 1, I guess. Precision and that would give me a 6, and somehow I'd have to get a mana 4 out of this. Well, I would do that. This would give me 2 4s, and that can turn into a heroic. The issue is that I'm not covering up the 6. So actually, I would want a precision on the 5. I was going to precision 5 anyway, but precision the heroic 5, cover this 6 up. Static burst this 5. Then I only take 2 damage. And I do 5 damage to the boss. 5 out of 9. I could try to prolong the fight by doing 3 damage to the boss and take no damage. I can prevent 1 heart because kiting, so I take 1 damage. All right, I want to take 1 damage. Let's take 1 damage. And then heroic. I think that's good. So we'll just do that. All right. Better agility roll. We actually have 6s. And actually with Flame Walk, we have all the 6s. We still have to cover the armor though, of course. Which I can do with this, that, this, that, this. And I just have to survive, which I currently will not do unless I cover something else up, which I could probably pull off. Oh, right, we still have armor crush, so actually, that saves that 5. And actually, it's a flawless round. Woo! Nice. We won with the Archer. Woo! We have improved my Archer record. And was only a slightly sketch fight. Or a slightly sketched dungeon where I took most of the damage in like the first 3 fights. All right. Let's get crafty. Because it will give me an extra skill or item. And I've definitely been going ham on the healing focus, but I think it's time for me to consider other avenues. And obviously we learned the utility of aggression with Kaliana and the Gauntlet, but I kind of want to branch out from that. Doing the same thing always is boring. You should be quite versatile. So let's see if there's something that can combo well with the Archer in general. Let's just like think about what would the Archer want to have. The Archer wants to heal. No. So obviously I can't see the 2-player version of the Archer, but the weaknesses we had with the Archer. Like her heroic feat is very costly in time. Her kiting skill can keep her alive with hearts if she takes only 1 heart in consequences. So is there something that would synergize with that? I don't really necessarily think so, but spend 2 dice to roll a heroic. That's why would you just make a heroic out of this? Sorry. I thought my coughing was over, and now I'm talking, which is the problem. Increase a heroic by 1. Actually, that would synergize with Eagle Eye. I think that would synergize with most people, though. Use 2 dice to fill a small challenge box. Reduce the difficulty of each armor box by 1. I think John was saying that this breaks the game, but I think aggression is a bit more game-breaking. Prevent the first damage from stairs each floor. That would actually work well with Eagle Eye because it would let me spend time a little more willingly. Right, yeah, you can roll 2 1s, so it's not necessarily a get a heroic. Like, I mean, I obviously know that it's you can spend 2 1s instead of getting a heroic 1. Anything like poison where you prevent spending time. Oh, you just haven't used a lot of progression stuff. Okay. I think I kind of want to go with awareness. The next question is, do I want to like pile into Sixth Sense so that I have something in awareness and could use awareness? Or do I want to put these into the squares because these are level 2 markers and level 1 markers can't cover squares? I think I want to get Sixth Sense just so I can use the awareness so that I'm somewhat aware, and then I'll just throw the rest in the bandages. Yay! We're done! Thank you for watching the One Deck Dungeon part of this stream. Let's move on to the Summer of Challenges. So let's go back to the dashboard so I can actually change the game before I forget. Voila. Double check. Yep, the game is showing. All right. Summer of Challenges. And what we've done is beaten all of these guys on challenge mode except for Cosmic Omnitron. Do I dare fight Cosmic Omnitron? I guess I'll try. The rules of... this is actually not the variant, right? Yeah, this is the variant. The rules of Summer of Ultimate... or Summer of Challenges. I have to beat each villain on challenge difficulty. I'm trying to go in expansion order, which is why I've been sticking with the base game, because we haven't finished the base game yet. I did beat all of the 4 villains on base, and I did do variant Baron Blade, so I guess I probably have to do variant Omnitron, as terrible as his challenge rule is. But yeah, beat all the villains on challenge, generally in release order. 3 hero teams. Decks have to come from their respective expansion with the exception that we want to have Nemesis versus Nemesis. So Omnitron-2 versus Omnitron-10. The environment has to come from base game. The hero has to come from base game, so no Chrono Ranger and no Time Cataclysm. And it has to be 3 hero teams. So who would help in this fight when H is 6? You could try to do a try to survive game. We could try to do a quick game. Try to beat Omnitron before he beats us. We could try to mitigate his damage. So since we're not playing advanced, we don't have damage reduction. We don't have damage increase, which is nice. Kind of tempted to use Dark Visionary, but if we're keeping him on like his front side, he's playing 2 cards, which makes Dark Visionary half as good. If he flips, he's dealing 6-2 hero targets, 6-1 damage. Oh, it'll be a quick game. Oh boy, that makes me mad. Let's bring in Raw. Mad? You have not seen any mad. If it's gonna be a quick game, might as well just go out in a blaze of glory, right? And I guess Fanatic, because we could just like something, yeah, we could something. Now it's too extreme. And what environment? I don't know. Oh yeah, no time block. No the block either. So it's either Insula, Megalopolis, Ruins of Atlantis, or Wagner Mars base. I don't want an environment that plays lots of cards because Omnitron will just destroy all of them and play a bajillion cards. Wagner Mars base could put 3 cards out at once with self-destruct sequence. Insula Primalis generally doesn't do that. Megalopolis will stop us from playing cards. Ruins of Atlantis also, well, no. Ruins of Atlantis could also make for bad card plays. Let's do Insula Primalis. That's probably the simplest one. Alright, so challenge Cosmic Omnitron versus Omnitron-X, Setting Sun Raw, and Extreme Primords Fanatic in Insula Primalis. Good luck. Anomaly detected. Complete system overwrite commencing. Second version encountered. Action. Prevent organic destruction. Calculating odds. Okay, so Omnitron-X has Gaussian Coil Blaster, Innervation Ray, Self-Sabotage, and Slip Through Time. Setting Sun Raw has Drawn to the Flame, Flame Spike, Living Conflagration, Solar Flare. This is a really good card for him to start with, I think. Extreme Primordials Fanatic has End of Days, Final Dive, Sanctifying Strike, and Smite the Transgressor. What, am I not a fan of EPE coming out at the start of the villain turn? Nah. My coughing was better, but then I started talking. Alright, so in 3 hero games, he only starts with 4 components, as opposed to all the components, so that's nice. This decision does not matter. Oh, now he's putting the other component out. Cool. I think that was a pretty tame start. So drawing a card, he'll deal me 4 damage. So I don't really want to do that, right? But I do want to put a component out to stop the flip from happening. So Gaussian Coil Blaster, because damage. We could time shift Omnitron to try to filter his deck. We could also time shift someone else. Let's do Ra. Flesh of the Sun God. Ra is immune to fire damage. Makes him immune to his self damage, but we're gonna draw into the flame, so it doesn't really matter then. But we'll put it in play just so that it can be destroyed when Omnitron decides to destroy everything. Nah, we're fine. We have a component. All right. Did I hear someone say 5 damage to all non-hero targets? Summon staff. Okay. I have to do a point or 2 points of damage. Base power is 1, so I have to do 1 extra point. So Sanctifying Strike it is. Yes. Fanatic loves damage. Alright, we've destroyed all the components. Alright. Velociraptor pack! And that animation stayed on the screen for some reason. And there goes the Gaussian Coil Blaster, so I have to do something to not have Omnitron flip, so Innervation Ray, and let's reveal the top card of my deck to try to get something. Didn't really get much of anything, but got something. Summon Staff, Staff of Ra. Right, so now my Drawn to the Flame is not as effective as it was. But I can still Blaze of Glory and be immune to fire damage, and I can destroy Drawn to the Flame. So let's do that. And I have the Staff of Ra, so it will do more damage. So we're not going to destroy all the drones, but the Velociraptor friends will help me out here. We just lost both of our Fire Blasts. I could Final Dive. Yeah, let's Final Dive. Now there's only one drone. Woo! I don't want to. You can't make me. Alright, now if you destroy all environment cards, well, it's the same as it was. Okay. Adaptive Plating and Repair Drone. Alright, so Adaptive Plating is now going to make this a bit more difficult, and we don't have Ongoing Destruction. Oh, that will destroy components. I could have done that in the first round, couldn't I? Did I miss this? Am I dumb? I'm dumb, aren't I? Could have done 10 plus 1 damage. Oh well. I thought this was the one that said destroy equipment cards. That was my fault. This is what happens when you don't read cards. Migrant P is sitting there going, oh no. This is the person we brought on for our strategery? But then I wouldn't have a component in play. Yeah, you're right. Okay, yeah. There we go. I was actually being smart. I just didn't know it. So Temporal Shielding, except there is no Psychic, Infernal, Radiant, or Sonic damage happening. Unless I use the Pterodactyl Thief. But then the Pterodactyl Thief destroys the thing that reduces Sonic damage, so that's terrible. I mean, I could put it out there and then hope to get defensive blasts someday. But I need to get another plating to fuel that. I could slip through time. I don't have another power, but I might be able to get a power from the top of my deck. I don't know. Let's slip through time. Come on, power. All right, that's a power. And I can play after drawing, yes. So, do I want... temporal shielding is a fool's play because you could destroy equipment cards and then deal lots of damage. And when this serves no purpose, even with reactive plating subroutine, then it's just, let's not do that. So let's not do that. But I can just punch the crap out of Omnitron. Oh, except let's not actually do that part because you're immune. Right. Projectile and projectile. So let's definitely do the big hit there. And then if I hit the repair drone, then Ra will be able to finish it, so that's fine. Actually, Ra could have finished it with Solar Flare. You can only hit Omnitron once, so Living Conflag... Oh, yeah, let's Solar Flare. So then I could destroy it. I do love Solar Flare, though. I could have destroyed Flesh of the Sun God and kept Solar Flare out, but... I do have another Flesh of the Sun God, though. But then I would have to hit myself for 5 Psychic. And then the adaptive plating is out, so I guess it's not worth it. Alright, adaptive plating. Let's Absolution so that I could smite the next turn. We're whittling him down, but the problem is that he could easily kill us with a disruptive flechettes. And by disruptive, I meant sedative. And this order doesn't matter. Yeah, so, yep, that hurt. And we have no more components, so that's really bad. So... do I want to use base power to try to get a component, or do I want to do... oh, but I can't do 5 damage. I guess I'll just put a card out there, and then... try to get a component, and I did not. But I got another equipment, so I can die faster when he destroys equipments. Good. Excellent. So the Velociraptor pack will go after the drones, so... or actually, where's Omnitron? Omnitron's at 3, so that's okay. That's okay. We're tied for the lowest. That's good enough. I can Holy Nova and hit Omnitron once for Radiant, so that's not good. I can End of Days, but then we'd lose our setup, which was recently wiped, so I don't think that's useful. I can Smite, and actually I can Smite, because Melee, you're immune to Melee. Radiant, you're immune to Radiant. And then let's not do Radiant because you're immune. If I do Fire, then Rock probably might not hit you if Omnitron-X can't do anything, so we'll just do Melee. And then Velociraptor pack, which eats up the drone and also eats up Omnitron-X. And now this is where Omnitron decides to play the card. Oh, nope. Sedative Flechettes. Which is fine, because we survived that just so we can die here. Woo! Okay, that was attempt number 1. Let's just try again. I never hit the try again button. Let's try again. Omnitron-X is starting with Disruptive Flechettes, Gaussian Coil Blaster, Reactive Plating Subroutine, and Technological Advancement. Setting Sun Ra has Blazing Tornado, 2 Scorched Earths, and a Staff of Ra. And Extreme Barn Warden's Fanatic has Consecrated Ground, Divine Sacrifice, Final Dive, and Sanctifying Strike. Good news, we have Ongoing Destruction. We do not have Self-Sabotage, but... Herding Raptors is a dangerous gam. Yes. Yes, it is. Okay. This decision does not matter. We are all younger than 18 here, so none of us can smoke legally. Actually, you can smoke, right? You just can't purchase cigarettes. Is that how the law works? You can't purchase cigarettes, but smoking is not necessarily illegal? I don't know. I don't know the technicalities of the law. Alright, if I technologically advance, I can get a component at the expense of 2 damage. It varies from state to state. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, so let's... Oh, I don't have to draw a card. I don't want to draw a card then. Raw! Flame Barrier. This seems great when I'm gonna self-damage. Yeah, that's actually not what I wanted to do, is it? Yeah, that's not what I want to do. Several states have notably raised the smoking age. All right, I guess I have to Staff of Ra. I have to. I just have to. Because that's the only means I have of destroying the drones. Or I could Divine Sacrifice and then Fanatic would actually sacrifice herself. So like 1 damage each time you draw a card versus 7 damage straight up. Obviously 7 damage straight up is worse. 5 damage to 2 targets is also terrible. That would explain your knowledge of the smoking laws. To be honest, I wasn't actually sure. I just thought that was true. I never actually verified. River of Lava. Why is H doubled? Why is H doubled? Well, I mean, I don't normally like to destroy equipment cards, but since this card gets destroyed when I'm dealt 5 or more damage, and you're going to deal 5 or more damage, I'm going to have to destroy it. Ra is sad. So I'll just destroy it. Fanatic is also sad. So why did we decide on Insula Primalis? Why do I hate myself? Alright, Disruptive Flechettes is going to do some damage here. And let's... I don't know if it's going to be enough, but we have to do something here. Because there's an EPE. Inferno. Oh good, Defensive Blast. Now I don't have a plating in hand to even use it, or have a plating in play as well. I have none of the things that would make this nicer. So good that Fanatic's damage is redirecting to Omnitron here. But I can final dive! I can final dive! Yeah! Alright, fine. We're good. Yeah, I could have. Is it gonna matter though? Is it gonna matter? Really? Is it gonna matter? I could have put EPE at 4 if I wanted to. Oh, good. I feel like this happened previously, except I will actually die to sedative flechettes. FBF to ridiculous challenge time, which is possibly more winnable than this. All right, let's not try again. So Insula is apparently bad. We have to lead with Omnitron in some capacity. Is variant Omnitron better? Sure, he is. Trust me. Let's bring out Legacy, because trust me. And estimated win probability on Mind Wanderer stats project is just under 3%. So let's see, how can we do this? Could we do this? Is there a way to have done this? So this team is currently lacking in ongoing destructions, so I'm going to need to figure that out. So I don't really want Bunker then, right? Because then I'll have like, I mean, Omnitron has ongoing destruction. Omnitron-U has ongoing destruction. Tempest has ongoing destruction. It can also Stratosphere. I feel like Tempest is what I want. Do I want variants of these guys? Yes, Gung Ho. That's tempting. Let's go. Let's do that. Now the environment. See, the problem is I feel like Wagner is a hair too easy in generally speaking. Like it has its traps, but thank you. Thank you. You're welcome. You're welcome. I don't know what. Oh. Yeah, no, it allows for damage. Like, you can be immune to damage underneath Meteor Storm, and if a villain does not have environment destruction, then you can do whatever you want for a million turns. Omnitron can bypass that, so that negates that factor a bit. Pervasive red dust destroys equipments, but also puts equipments back, so other than the fact that it destroys equipments for a round, it's kind of a neutral card. The only targets in that deck increase villain damage, but they're like 5 HP targets, so they're not hard to deal with. Countdown Sequence is an annoying card, but you could either destroy it with environment destruction, you can destroy it by skipping an entire round, or you could just sacrifice a hero turn. But it can also be cheesed with like Legacy. Play Takedown after countdown, skip your turn, villain has no more card plays. But hey, did someone say cheese? Get a component out, get to the countdown sequence, play Takedown, and Omnitron can't do a damn thing, right? Right? Wagner could still do things, though. I don't think this is as cheesy as how I defeated Ultimate Misinformation, where I just brought all the heroes with all the combos. Hey, you know what I can do? And I can actually do this with this version of Omnitron. Self-sabotage. There we go. You know what I forgot to do though? Let's read our hands. Omnitron-U has self-sabotage, bioengineering beam, focused plasma cannon, and Gaussian coil blaster. America's greatest legacy has bolster allies, fortitude, lead from the front, and motivational charge. Extreme Primord's Tempest has cleansing downpour, electrical storm into the stratosphere, and shielding winds. Does sedative flechettes act before or after it destroys things? It acts. It does the damage before it destroys it, so actually shielding winds is really good. It will reduce that 7 down to a 5. Woohoo! And oh, we don't have the other card. If Legacy had superhuman durability with lead from the front, we can reduce that 7 down to a 2 to Legacy. But yeah, so destroy that. Components are destroyed, and I would love to throw this on Omnitron, but I think the EPE is a priority. And then let's put a component out. Focus Plasma Cannon sounds good. Gaussian Coil Blaster would do more spread damage, though, and there's no damage reduction happening. Do I want to, like, speed towards... Yeah, let's actually just bolster allies. Yeah, bolster allies. More options. Next evolution. Okay, that's beautiful. We have the combo. We have the combo. So we obviously don't have another power for legacy, 1 damage here, or another card play and potentially 2 more damage later. And you can reset. Yes, technological advancement. So ablative coating is the most generally useful, which is why it only has 3 elements on it. But like these drones primarily deal melee damage. Sedative flechettes is projectile damage. Technological singularity is electric / lightning, but it destroys equipment, so it's not as useful. Automaton drone deals energy, just despite what I just said. And EPE does lightning. So I was wrong. I was wrong. And then there's fire in the Blagosphere, which does fire. So maybe this would be a bit better. It wouldn't help with the melee drones, but would help with EPE. It would help with the drone that does energy. It would help with fire in the biosphere. It would help with the flip side energy damage from Omnitron. It would not help with disruptive flechettes, but disruptive flechettes 7-2 still sucks. I mean, temporal shielding is not useful. So I'm gonna go with the elemental axo chassis. I ultimately did not do that much damage to the EPE. Which now makes me think I probably should have realized I was not going to do enough damage and just stratosphere it, which meant I could have not done damage to the EPE. Because 7 damage is a lot, so I'm just going to have to stratosphere it anyway. Terrible, terrible decision to undo what I just did. But next round will be better. Either that or I'll be worse. Actually... No, we don't have it. Well, EPE hits Omnitron. Omnitron destroys focus plasma cannon. Omnitron hits EPE for 2 fire damage twice. Welcome back, Cat Dreaming. So 1 damage to Omnitron 2 versus 2+ HP from the repair drones. So that's definitely better. Oh, good. Pervasive red dust. Destroy 6 equipment cards. For some reason, I feel like this is not a good effect. Remember when I said it's a neutral effect? Well, it's actually H-based. Stratosphere is really good. I'm not saying it's not. I'm saying that I wish I had not focused the damage like I did. Is he in a hurdy animation? Or is that just his standard art? I guess it's his standard art. I was like confused because it looks like Omnitron's hurdy, but he's at 19. But I guess that's just like it represents the fact that he was rebuilt by Unity. So Unity had to use scrap parts to fix him. We're playing Challenge Omnitron, yes. And he flipped because our components were destroyed by pervasive red dust. But I can destroy pervasive red dust. Which gets me a component. Unfortunately, I still can't really deal with EPE that well, so this is not going to work that well. So let's see, I can do like 2 damage here. You could play a card, but you're not going to do too much. You can do 1 damage. I could do 2 damage with Legacy so that EPE does 2 fewer damage. I can also put out Shielding Winds, which I guess is as effective as Grievous Hailstorm, but not really. Stack up Omnitron-U's power. And there wasn't really, I guess I could have put out Elemental Subwave Inducer if I just destroyed it with discards, but I could make Legacy a jerk and make him immune to lightning damage. Sacrifice the team to keep Legacy alive. For some reason, I feel like this is breaking the rules. Let's actually, yeah, we can do even better here. Actually, yeah, let's not bioengineering beam. Can double up on the power, we can reduce damage to Omnitron-U, and then it should be pretty good. When does Omnitron flip? Okay. Before EPE. Actually, yeah, he's gonna flip. And then he won't flip back. Okay. So then, let's just get the next evolution lead from the front combo going then. You get another card play. We don't want to reset, right? Because I need to keep that equipment there. But I can reactive blading subroutine. Woo! Yeah, more damage. Oh, good, another stratosphere. Okay, discards. Let's keep reset. I feel like Fortitude isn't gonna do that much for me. I feel like Elemental Subwave Inducer isn't gonna do that much for me. Also, I wanted to start an equipment because I'll get it in play. So, hey, let's do that, huh? All right, now I got an equipment for Tempest. Woo! Oxygen leak. Fire damage. There's nothing dealing fire damage, so there's no reason to keep this other than to deal toxic damage, which would be pretty scary. So let's just discard something here. Electrical storm, maybe? Who needs auto damage? All right, look at this. That hurts, but then he hits back. Oh, by the way, I wanted to destroy the fire damage reduction thingy because this is fire damage. Fun fact. All right. Omnitron-U is saving the team here. So that Cosmic Omnitron can destroy the team with technological singularity. Remember when we said free equipment cards? I feel like we determined that was a lie. Do I want to do this to Electropulse? Like, Omnitron-U is dying. That's gonna happen. He's dead. You can move an equipment from your trash into your hand. You could play a card. You could also destroy one of your non-existent equipment cards to deal 1 target, 2 lightning, and 2 fire damage. Do we have damage that we could do to the EPE? Otherwise, Grievous Hailstorm or or Motivational Charge, but that would lose next evolution. But I don't know. Cosmic Omnitron is technically from a mini expansion, so you're saying I should wait until I get to the mini expansions to fight Omnitron? Oh, I could save Omnitron. Oh, well. I'll save Legacy, or I'll save Tempest as well. Woo! Can't play that. And I have nothing in my trash. What an excellent turn. All right. We can do stuff. We can be immune to energy, and then flip Omnitron can't hit Legacy. I mean, my assumption from what Cat Dreaming said and why I kind of rolled with it was that what am I trying to say here? It's a promo. So it's a mini expansion. Yes, that's what I meant. Yeah, I guess that's like the mini expansions are kind of different things, right? So yeah, it's not a mini expansion. It's a promo. Mini expansions are things you can buy off of board game websites or Amazon, which is how I got my mini expansions. Or you can also buy it directly from Greater Than Games, whereas the variant villain cards are promo cards, so you can only get them from conventions or one time from the complete villain collection. All right, So I'm going to be using Grievous Hailstorm to wipe the board. Do I want to Stratosphere the Disintegration Ray? Actually, no, because that would keep Omnitron on his front sides. No, he's not flipping. Okay. So that's just shielding wins, I guess? I don't know. Reclaim! Yeah, we're gonna discard for this, and I don't really feel like Omnitron-U is much for this world. Plus, you already have that card. Oh, good. We've had one EPE, yes. But what about second EPE? Well, the good news is we have something we can just blow up. Does Legacy have things? No, he doesn't. I could Disruptive Flechette, but then we lose the component. I think I'm just gonna skip here, and I might as well just skip here, right? There was no reason to even play the card. I mean, if I'm going to get destroyed, it's because Disruptive Flechettes came out, which meant that Omnitron dealt 7 damage to Omnitron-U, which we could redirect to Legacy, I guess, but I don't think that's gonna happen. Flying Smash. So here's what's gonna happen. I'm going to Stratosphere the EPE, so I'm not worried about it right now. And in future turns, I could next evolution it, but I'm gonna keep the energy immunity to make Disintegration Rate a non-issue, and we have Takedown. So if we get the self-destruct sequence, this game is not bad. All right, so Stratosphere. We also have reclaims. Thanks, Cat Dreaming. Do I want to just actually have the environment play a bajillion cards just to find self-destruct sequence faster? Is that a thing? I feel like it's a thing. Or it could just be right there. All right, great. Oh, we did enough damage that we did the thing. But he's only playing 1 card because he's on the flip side. He's doing energy, but we are immune to energy. So the bad news is he's on the flip side. The good news is we have a component. Ah. The physical card. Which, funnily enough, looks like the card that's in the digital game. I mean, not like this card, because this is the foil card, but... Okay, so we have one. We have one. Because we have a component. Omnitron's gonna flip. On the flip side, he tries to play an additional card, but he won't because Takedown. And we'll play Takedown. Stuff can't happen. Self-destruct sequence. If the countdown pile contains 8 cards. So what is this? This is 2 times H? Or 2 times H plus 1? Or is it H plus... What is this? H plus 3? I'm trying to remember what the number is normally. If there were 5 heroes, this would be 13 cards. I feel like that's difficult. Okay. So where does that put us? So EPE, obviously we have to get rid of EPE. However, Legacy can be immune to lightning and we don't have to worry about it. It's H plus 2, okay. Yeah, 2 times 3 is 6 plus 2 is 8. Okay, so 5 times 2 is 10 plus 2 is 12. Right, yeah. Okay, I got myself confused because I was thinking about the H being doubling, but that's not part of it. So it's H plus 2. Here H was doubled, so it's 6 plus 2. In a 5-player game, 2 times 5 is 10, and then 10 plus 2 is 12. So if there are 12 cards under this card, I think there's an environment also. I think the H doubling rule is funny, and then it's just outright silly when there's one thing that says at the end of the environment turn, each player may discard a card. If H cards are discarded this way, blah happens. Well, that can't happen if H is doubled. Anyway. So I don't need to worry about ongoing cards because Omnitron can't play cards. So there's not really a reason to not play Disruptive Flechettes other than destroying something else. Yeah, we'll just do that. So I don't want to skip it yet because I want to play Takedown now. I want to be immune to lightning. I do have to deal with the EPE. But we have a means of dealing with the EPE. Alright, we're fine. We're fine. We're fine. We have ultimate cheese here. We will reclaim to get the stratosphere back. You have a technological advancement. Actually, if you play the technological advancement, you would shuffle this card that you would put back anyway, so I'm not going to bother with that. Legacy doesn't have any more turns. Legacy is sacrificing his turn. Yeah. How do I get to play it? Well, I don't get to play it just yet, but we're immune to lightning for this round, so we're fine. And we don't need our trash anymore, right? Oh, you know how we spent all this time choosing our own cards? The only person that mattered was Tempest. Alright, shuffle. Fire in the Biosphere. Almost Tragedy. So Omnitron-U needs to destroy something to stay alive. And he can do this. I don't need next evolution because its effects will still be active. I need to keep lead from the front. I don't need Shielding Winds as much. All right. Woohoo! Play. Yes. We need to heal. Just in case there's another fire in the biosphere coming. That's the only thing that can hurt us, right? Fire in the biosphere. Actually, why don't I just get the one that makes me reduce fire damage, right? Right? Why don't I do that one instead? Yeah. Think smarter, not harder. Let's not destroy cards underneath that. I mean, they could do that, but no. Seems wise. Yes, I want to skip the rest of my turn. Woohoo! Okay. So Stratosphere is what I have to do. Like, no choice there. Next round, we might consider Cleansing Downpour to make this a war of attrition. We can also just be immune to damage. Omnitron can't play cards, so there's no reason to be safe to things, alright? So Omnitron is safe from fire in the biosphere. Tempest could be damaged by it, so I don't need to be doing things. I guess, or no, this came out after Takedown, so Legacy can't skip for Meteor Storm. So to get rid of Meteor Storm, I either destroy it with Bioengineering Beam or I skip a turn. I guess Bioengineering Beam is probably better for that, so we will not skip it. I don't have a card I want to play, so I'll draw. Defensive Blast. Good. No. Defensive Blast. Bioengineering Beam. Destroy Meteor Storm. The one that's actually out. Alright. Yes. And then no. So we can last. There's another fire in the biosphere. There's also a pervasive red dust. And that's going to destroy all the component cards. That's actually really bad, isn't it? Because then Omnitron will flip and then he'll deal damage and the game's over. Right. Yeah, that's a bad thing. You know what would help me from dying? Meteor Storm? God damn it. Okay, fire in the biosphere is perfect. Yep, Tempest is just gonna heal us forever. That's his mission now. Omnitron doesn't care. Legacy. Well, lead from the front's not happening anymore. I could get pervasive red dust by skipping. That is an option. All right. Yeah, so I guess that means yeah, let's skip. Let's have Tempest heal. So now the deck's empty. Do I want one of these cards back? Yeah, let's get technological advancement. And I don't really care about those at this point. There's still one more. What got removed? Villainous weaponry? Yeah, there's one, yeah, but it's fine. If Meteor Storm comes back out, I think I'm just gonna leave it out because I forgot that pervasive red dust could destroy our component setup, and we don't have energy mitigation anymore. Discard 2 cards. Legacy does not have any reason to play cards anymore. Fire in the biosphere. The good news is we'll survive. Also, I was looking at fire in the biosphere, but it's actually pervasive red dust that we're worried about, right? But there's only one, so okay. Yeah, so don't skip there. we got that so we could technologically advance. Although that said, I think I actually don't want to draw it. I want to play Innervation Ray. Danger Sense would be nice. If only Legacy could play it. That. And then this is discard 2 cards, so it could just, yeah, destroy it. This is a game of 3 damage per turn, I guess. Okay, and what was put underneath was maintenance level? Okay, otherworldly. Yes. I don't think it's going to do that much, but yes. He'll make fire in the biosphere, deal 1 less point of damage. Speaking of which, I thought that we already saw that. Is there another one in the deck? Am I that dumb? I'm not dumb. Well, the good news is we got rid of all the fire in the biospheres. This time. Alright, now we have super healies. We're healing 4 HP each round. Fire in the biosphere does 4 damage. So we will definitely keep up with the fire in the biosphere trauma. And eventually I will get a plating that I can discard. I guess I could get a plating with technological advancement, huh? Okay. Electrical Storm. Danger Sense would be nice. Oh, wait, no. But not the red dust. Yeah, the red dust is still out. But... oh, yeah, we would not be fine from... okay, yeah. And we don't have enough equipments for that. So we're still in a scary place, right? Well... can't do anything about it right now. I mean, I could skip a turn, but it's a 1/7 chance of discarding it, and if I don't discard it, it's a 1/6 chance of it coming out. So I don't know that it really works out, but we have Meteor Storm, so... I think we'll just take a moment to breathe. Got plating. Because Omnitron cannot destroy Meteor Storm. Even if he flips, he can't destroy Meteor Storm unless Takedown gets destroyed, and Takedown can't get destroyed. So there's it's boring, but it's safe to just leave this out there until we can like survive a flipped Omnitron round, which won't actually take that much longer because it's only 5 energy damage he does. And Legacy's already at 7. So we're past the danger part. Which is like dumb, right? Like, we got Meteor Storm when we didn't need it anymore. Alright, so we already have a plating in play, and so Defensive Blast does damage based on what's currently reduced by a plating, so I don't want to play Ablative Coating. Yeah, just play enough equipments to get past it. If only I had equipments. Do you still have an equipment in your trash? You do not. And you don't have a trash anymore. So this is a skip. And yeah, so this would deal 2 damage, but I'd have to play a card anyway. Don't have equipment in my trash. This would destroy an environment card. I could destroy cards underneath self-destruct sequence if I want to play risky, or I could destroy Meteor Storm, which I don't want to do, or I could do Defensive Blast, discard the plating card that I worked so hard to get. This is a skip for me. And then reclaim. I could just reclaim, but then there's no reason to do that. I could reset back. Which I don't think it's really that fun of a cycle card. I love the cyclic cards, which allow you to draw a card, play a card, and do something else, but I feel like this card isn't really a cyclic card you would want to chain. And it's kind of a little situational. I guess like I could put reset on top of my deck so I have reset, so I could play reset, so I could draw another card. Or I could just draw another card. I don't know. So I don't really want to do that, I think. I mean, I kind of don't have a reason not to, because I could reclaim, because that's broken. And I don't really have anything else going on here. We could just stack Legacy's deck, I guess. For no reason. And then we'll get an environment card that will shuffle our trashes, so that defeats many purposes. Honestly, I just don't even want to bother. Just heal. I think we're at the HP, or other than Legacy, we're at the HP we had when Omnitron finished his first round. Villainous weaponry is not an issue. So like, yeah, so we're winning. There's no question about that. The only way, so it's not like a straightforward victory, because like I still have to pay attention to what I'm doing, but as long as I don't make a mistake, I've won. Still don't have a card I want to play. Technological advancement is something. Like, we have to get a bunch of equipment cards out. And I have an equipment card I could also play. So now our components are safe. So that's good. So I could skip my turn now. Because we have... Can I see it on Pervasive Red Dust? I can't. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 equipments. And if they get destroyed, Omnitron's going to deal 2 fire damage 6 times. +1 each. So let's stop the Meteor Storm. Oxygen leak. That's something that Omnitron can destroy, I guess. There's also villainous weaponry, but that's not doing anything, so we'll just... Is there fire damage happening in the interim, though? No. I could Flash Flood, you're right. That's fine. I mean, I have Bioengineering Beam, but I kind of would prefer to Defensive Blast, wouldn't I? Because that's 2 damage 4 times. So let's actually just do that. Yeah, Legacy doesn't need cards anymore. Alright, so here we have Defensive Blast already. We have a plating in hand. We don't really have any other plays, so let's draw a card. We have 2 platings in hand, so that's good. Disruptive Flechettes is a card I could play on my play phase. Not a card I want to play at the start of my turn necessarily. If I skip 1 hero, I can get the last dust under self-destruct sequence. So how does it decide? Put the top card of the environment deck onto the countdown pile. Discard the top card of the countdown pile. So how does that work? Onto the countdown pile. Does that mean that when you take a card from the environment deck at the start of the turn, it goes on top, or do you put it on the bottom? And then when it discards the top card of the countdown pile, does that mean they'll eventually bubble through? Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. Well, because it sounds like it's putting the top card on top, and then it discards the top card. So it's not that it will be permanently gone. It's just not, yeah, it's not going to be played this round. So it's like a stack, right? That's the computer science term, is the stack. First in, first out. Or no, first in, last out. That's what it is. Philo. Whereas the Q is first in, first out. Remember those data analysis? Not data analysis. What is it? What was the class? I took a class, data structures. Algorithms and data structures. We talked about queues and stacks and heaps. That was back in 2009. Back when I thought I might want to be a computer science person, and then I went 2 more years and decided against it. All right. I think you want to draw a card still. At the end of your turn, you may draw a card or play a card and use a power. Cool. Unfortunately, defensive blast is limited, but I can rocket punch. Was I gonna do something else? I was gonna disruptive flechettes, but slip through time is better. And then I could still disruptive flechettes. Aha! I could test it out this round and see. There's another component. Kind of tempted to just play it. I could just do it at the start of my turn now, so I'll do that. Should I destroy takedown? And then I can use a power. Ah ha ha ha! I could also play a card, I guess. Or no, if we're gonna skip, so if we're gonna just, so we could actually, we might actually want pervasive red dust. Cause if I can use this power, I can't double up on it. Unless I get risky. My God. No, that's not gonna work though, is it? No, you don't wanna do that. I was thinking we could just blow up takedown and then have Legacy give Omnitron-U a power, and then if pervasive dust comes out, destroy 6 of these equipment cards. Omnitron-U deals 2 fire damage, which is 3 twice, 6 times. But I have to have pervasive red dust come out is the problem, and that's not guaranteed. And I could skip and see if it gets discarded, but you could totally put Primordial Seeds under Self-Destruct Sequence. Haha! That's how we can get 12 cards underneath this. Okay, no, that's risky, and I don't need to do that, right? But I probably still want to use the power just in case Pervasive Red Dust does come out. Because that would still be 3 times 6, which is 18 damage. When you skip your turn, it puts the card on top, and at the start of the turn, it discards the top card. So it is a stack. Okay. Yeah, so I think I'm not going to do the Disruptive Flechettes because that's only 3 damage anyway. Let's... Or no, I could still play Disruptive Flechettes. I'm not going to use Rocket Punch. I'm going to lose this 5 damage. Actually. Oh, you know what's a way to choose my destruction? Why should I rely on Pervasive Red Dust when I could destroy cards my own way? I only have 5 components. But not only will this effect trigger, but Actually, let's just super duper, and this is not cheating because it was already in my hand to begin with. Super duper cheese this. We'll play Focus Plasma Cannon. Man, I wish I had another one. Five damage is... Or no, I have to use this power. I'm going to play Self-Sabotage next turn. Actually... Why am I crazy? Play Disruptive Flechettes, destroy Slip Through Time. And Reactive Plating Subroutine. This is a clearance sale. Everything must go. We're gonna destroy the takedown. Oh my gosh, what are you gonna do? Here, Omnitron-U, use a power. Play Volatile Wiring and play Self-Sabotage. There we go. It took me way too long to get this set up, but we got it. And we're not even going to get to the self-sabotage damage. Alright, we did it. Challenge Omnitron is down. Challenge Cosmic Omnitron is down. Only required about 3 or 4 different flavors of cheese. But that's how it goes. Yeah, I think Challenge Cosmic Omnitron is probably one of the hardest, if not the hardest, challenge mode. The other contenders would be Misinformation. What are the other challenges? I totally know these. I just can't really think of them right now. But, I mean, Akash is a marathon. Ambuscade is a bit more unfair, but sometimes, like, if he does not play traps, then, like, it doesn't matter. Apostate is whatever. Baron Blade is whatever. Choke Point is a difficult one for sure. Chairman is just funny. Regain 4 HP, or, well, 3 HP, I guess, at the start of your turn. That's... extends the fight, but doesn't necessarily make it harder. But yeah, challenge, I think challenge choke point definitely sucks. It's ultimate choke point that is super unfair, because the advanced rule and the challenge rule synergize. Put top player with most cards puts 1 card from their hand face down. Oh look, a card was put face down in the villain play area. Choke point regains 2 HP. It deals each hero target 2 energy damage. And then on the flip side, discarding a card triggers that. But yeah, it's just, I don't know. I think challenge choke point is significantly better than ultimate choke point. Deadline is actually fun because it makes his devices indestructible, so you have to mitigate these devices instead of just destroying them. Dreamer is kind of the same game. If you're like me and you don't want to hit children, Ennead is a rough one. Ennead is rough. Infinitor, I don't know. I have a hard time with Infinitor. He does too much damage. Heroic Infinitor is interesting. And Iron Legacy, he shuffles back the ongoing, so it's definitely... Yeah, so I stand by what I said. The Cosmic Omnitron's challenge is definitely the hardest and possibly the most unfair. On paper, I thought at first, and I never had played this before, but like at first I thought that Challenge Misinformation was an easier match, because I'm like, whenever Clue Hunters play, the top card of the villain deck is played, oh, so she flips faster. But then I realized that means you're always going to have her play a terrible one-shot or diversion on her turn. So, yeah. It's like Matriarch, but with a worse deck. Yeah. All right. Well, it's 9:30, so that is a stream. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this stream as always. We had a good one-deck dungeon game where I managed to not fail with the Archer, and we managed to ultimately defeat Challenge Cosmic Omnitron, rather. It only took 3 attempts. And that means that next time that we partake in some more of the challenges, we will move on to, I think, Ambuscade, which is the release order of the digital cards. I don't remember where Ambuscade fits in with physical releases. It was a promo card, but I don't know if it came out like before or after Rook City. But yeah, we'll just stick with, I guess, digital release just because it's on paper. So it will also postpone the villains and the Oblivion challenge modes, which currently don't exist. So maybe it'll give Christopher enough time to come up with them. But in any case, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed this stream. Be sure to check out the other streams on this channel. Every Tuesday, we have Handelabra Live with John and sometimes Jeremy, 2 of the developers of the game, and you get to see content before it is publicly available, such as Aeon's End features. Sometimes on Wednesdays, there are dev streams, and I think there was one this week where they showed the making of the Aeon's End crossover into one-deck dungeon. Is it Mist? Is the name? I don't remember. Sorry, I can't follow along too well with what's been going on. But yeah, there's dev streams occasionally on Wednesdays. Every Friday at 7 p.m. is Dolphin's Dive, like right now. And usually on Saturdays, and by usually I mean it's supposed to, but I think more often it hasn't been, Saturdays at 8 p.m. is On Deck with Pirate Savvy and Dover, a brother-sister duo who play games together. And then Sunday at 7 p.m. is Tales from the Archive with another letdown. Mist is coming to One Deck Dungeon, and Mage is coming to Aeon's End. So I got the Mist word right, yeah! Yeah, so those are the other streams on this channel. If you saw these games and you never knew what they were and you want to check them out, Sentinels of the Multiverse and One Deck Dungeon are amazing games made principally by Greater Than Games and Asmadi Games, respectively, but produced on digital media by Handelabra, and their digital recreations of these games are immaculate and great and fantastic, and I love playing them. Especially makes single-player games much easier to do without having to like keep track of a bajillion rules. The game does it for you, and sometimes I forget the rules until it happens in front of me, as we see a lot. But you should certainly get the games. I don't think the Steam Summer Sale is still going on, right? Otherwise, there'd be something here. But certainly the base games aren't that expensive, all things considered, and the expansions do add up, but they're all really good and fun, and you'll get to see some of these more once I actually develop into them in the summer challenges. What else should be said? Migrant P is looking forward to me trying Aeon's End. I will eventually play it. And I keep saying eventually, and I keep meaning eventually, but I just don't know when eventually is. I'm really lazy when it comes to trying new things. And this summer, I've been teaching 2 classes on a very short schedules, and it's been very chaotic on my end. I have to write 2 exam reviews and write an exam and a final, not for the same class, but I have to do that this weekend. So it's, you know, and I also have to grade a test that happened this week. Yeah, so I have a lot going on. But maybe we'll do what I did with One Deck Dungeon, where I will stream a learning experience. Or maybe I'll just do it offline so that people don't have to put up with my stupidity. Or maybe it's fun to watch. I don't know. Let me know what you think in the Discord, or the YouTube, or the Twitter, or the Twitch, or the MySpace, or the Zanga. No, we don't have a handle over Zanga, do we? Is Zanga even still a thing? I don't know. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Let's just put on Cosmic Omnitron victory music, as we tend to do, and I keep hitting the wrong button. This is like the 5th time this happened in the past 5 minutes. Friendster, yes. Follow the Handelabra Friendster. All right, thanks for watching, everyone. Have a good night.